Pour me a cup of that Joe. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, baby. Let's start the show.
Got a massage this week.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did? I gave him a massage this week.
Hold on.
Huh?
Where'd you go to get one?
Crappy endings.
Where'd you give one?
I took a shift at Crappy Endings.
Oh my God!
Did you massage me?
This is the
I don't
blindfold
know.
place,
Yeah,
right?
the masseuse and
blindfold.
the masseuse and the massage gets blindfolded.
The massaged?
the
the
masseuse and the
massage.
massage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Get
my
one?
masseuse, since he or she was blindfolded, ended up massaging just the table for about 25 minutes of it.
You know what? Now that you're mentioning it, that definitely was me.
That was you.
Because I remember thinking, this client is
Wow.
hard. This client is tense. This client has no definition to their muscles or body whatsoever. And I even said in my head, I think this person is a table.
No. That was him. That was Todd.
That was when you were on me, yeah. I have a very hard body and no physical definition.
Oh, and that's
And
right. You were laying on a sofa, which was
Yes.
Yeah.
a sofa table.
I went to Crappy Endings like last month, and I should have seen this coming.
Wait, really? I took
Yeah.
a shift at Crappy Endings last month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, what's your story? We'll see if it's the same shit.
it could have been you. I mean, the hands were like weird and clammy and bad. I should have known this was coming, but the massage was actually pretty good. At the end, I was blindfolded, of course. The masseuse was blindfolded, and I was stood up off of the table. Sort of like scarily, sort of like left alone for like a minute, and then I got one super hard slap to the face.
Yeah.
And that was it. And
That
they were
was
like, you
me.
can get back dressed.
That was
It's
me.
a crappy ending.
That was
a
me.
crappy
It's a
ending.
very crappy ending.
That was me,
looked up
actually.
to it.
That was you.
I remember the clammy hands is, I actually spilled
And I
some-
don't mean cold.
Huh? No, I know. I spilled soup in my hands. Clam
chowder?
Yeah, clam chowder. I had
let's
lunch.
get the definitions right. That's a chowdery hand, not a clammy hand.
Yeah.
Did you have chowder hand or chowdery hand? Huh?
Was it chowdery or because my masseuse's hand was clammy?
I had a clam heavy chowder for lunch, and I spilled some clam
Not
from
you.
the chowder.
Could have been,
Was it me?
could have been a
Wasn't
different
you?
masseuse.
Well, because it wasn't chowdery at
I
all.
also slapped a client on the butt during that shift, so maybe someone else got a nice slap. Hey, boys, I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
What's going on?
I was just,
Are you regretting your decision to take those shifts? What's up?
no,
Are you need to tell something?
we've been recording this whole time.
Embarrassing.
Oh my God, this is humiliating.
Gosh, you guys just talked about those intimate moments at those crappy endings.
Well, what I'd like to figure out is there a way to edit and cut that stuff out of the
No,
beginning? Or
we can't edit anything in this podcast.
Yeah, it
we don't
seems
have the
very
capabilities.
easy to just slice that off.
Because we do a good job of starting recording,
Yeah.
ending recording, putting out the episode.
Yeah.
So you're saying there should be a way for us to be able to go in post
I don't know.
and edit out this stuff?
I don't know what
I'll look
post
into it. I
is.
don't think that's possible, but I'll look into
Well,
it.
I'll quote Todd on this. Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Get
I
fucked
love
for
that
doing
quote.
it.
Get
Okay.
fucked.
Now that's one of Todd's most famous.
I want you guys.
That's
I want
published.
you guys to know that
That's
really.
published.
That's a published quote.
It's in a quote a day calendar.
It's in
Okay.
quotables.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of beautiful ones, and then the final one is just says "Get fucked" in December.
Yeah, December 31st, get fucked.
You know, sometimes I
Todd
feel
Padre.
like I'm
didn't
getting
get-
ganged up on.
No, not at all.
It really?
Well, you're doing the wrong thing and everyone's
I bet you wish
pointing
you were in a gangbang.
virgin.
I don't think he said anything about gang bang.
I certainly didn't.
Where he says it feels like he's getting ganged up on. He's never fucking.
Oh,
felt
let's start
that.
the show.
Yeah,
we know he's a
seriously.
virgin. Let's start the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Teacher's Lounge, the first, best, and only podcast pertaining to issues relevant to the greater Swine High School community. Today's episode is sponsored by Levi's.
sick.
I wish you knew how to edit that one.
All right, well,
That's screaming for
today's episode is
Do
sponsored
that
by.
again.
Do it again the right way, please.
Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, the first, best, and only podcast pertaining to issues relevant to the greater Swine High School community.
Chris.
Today's episode is sponsored by Levo's 204.
And that's correct.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Levo's. Go ahead, finish it off. What Levo's gene is it?
Levo's 202 chunky ankle jeans.
Levo's 202 chunky ankles.
Chunky ankle. It's a straight through the leg and chunks out like a bucket at the ankle.
Do you get smaller from your ankles up to your hip? Do your legs look like bell bottoms, but fleshy? Levi's 202 chunky ankle cut jeans. Those are just bell bottoms, pretty much, right?
You guys acted
Boot
as
cut.
if I misspoke, but you guys know that Levo's is an offshoot of Levi's that they're creating.
Yeah, it's their cool new street brand.
Well, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, guys. As always, I'm Howard Levis.
I'm Sam Weatherman.
I'm Todd Padre, arts and religion.
Bill Cravey.
And we've had an eventful week. A lot has happened to all of us personally. A lot has happened around the school. You guys are probably aware of.
Sam, you got that funeral for that cemetery for robots opened up.
That's right. I have a small cemetery that's built just behind the football field that's reserved specifically for the robot agents of the school.
Yeah. And making
little
it a
sons.
small cemetery is a very hopeful thing. It's like,
Yes.
this is small. We're not going to have a lot of death.
Absolutely.
Right, there's not much room.
Of course, I want to acknowledge the loss of death. It's, what is life without death? But there will not be many. There will not be many at the school, and it won't be of my children.
So how many of your little boy cowboy sons have you lost?
Three of I think 7 now. 3 of 7, so almost half.
And there's no
there's 7
opportunity
plots.
to sort of upload their sort of hard drives onto new models or anything. When they're dead, they're dead.
Well, not that they're telling me about. At this point, I can't really figure these guys out.
Oh, they've
Okay.
they've reached full autonomy?
They're pretty much, they've AI'd their way into being smarter than I am.
What was
no.
the first thing one of them did when they reached its full potential and didn't need you and you were uncontrolled?
It cooked a dinner by itself.
Wow.
I was going to prepare lasagna. Mm-hmm. It's in the oven. It's 30 minutes done.
God, we love lasagna.
I love lasagna.
Lasagna's so good.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's the food of our town, I would say.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So definitely the most available.
If we get our way with the vote. The vote's coming up very soon.
The vote's
Food of the
coming up very
town.
soon.
Everybody
Yeah,
head
town.
over to the town council and
Well, we got
weigh
shot
in.
down for the town bird, the lasagna finch.
Right. The lasagna finch. Yeah, and instead it's
People
like,
said, "What is that?" And we said, "It's a bird baked in a dish." And they said, "Well, how are we going to? That's a lasagna dish with a
I
little
mean,
beak coming
if we're
out
being
of it."
honest, that's one of the most common birds in our town, right? A baked lasagna bird. You see them all the
I love
time.
a good baked bird. For Thanksgiving, it's the center of the table, a good baked bird.
Same thing. Absolutely. So I'm cooking a lasagna, and for my little robot son,
They eat.
they eat. Well, they sit with me, and then they eat, and then I have to open up the rear cavity and empty it.
Oh,
later.
like one of those nasty little babies?
So you pull the poop out.
I pull
those
the poop
little
out. Well, I
fake
open the
babies.
chute, and the chute comes out, and then I clean it off the floor generally.
That's
but
disgusting.
It is very bad. Hey, when you're a father, you have
Yeah.
to prepare yourself to do things you
I'm
weren't
sure we all had
prepared to
issues
do.
as babies that were
No,
difficult
only
for
you diarrheaed your diaper.
I'm the only baby in the room who diarrheaed his diaper.
No, I mean, I might have, but you're the only one who vividly remembers it.
I'm in the Guinness Book as earliest wipe.
Are you?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Self-wipe?
Big.
Earliest self-wipe.
Earliest, and that was that was right after you got slapped. You wiped, right?
Yeah, I popped out of my mom. I was cleaned off, and then I wiped my own ass. They slapped me in the face. I woke up. I
Because
wiped
you
my-
come out asleep.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
knows
You.
that.
Oh
Babies
yeah,
come
I
out.
was dead.
And they tried to
asleep.
slap you on the butt, but you wouldn't wake up, so
No.
they slapped you on the face?
They slapped me on the face. They said, "Get up, get up."
Treated
was a
like,
tough-
like you've already known the words get up and would respond
Yeah,
to
yeah,
English.
yeah. And I wiped myself right there. Somebody took a little video of it.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It plays in the bathroom at the Guinness Book on Hollywood Boulevard.
Strange.
Take a
That's
look
very
at this
strange.
kid. Yeah,
It doesn't seem like one that would be big for the Guinness Book. Obviously big for you, but I'm surprised they play it in their
Guinness Book is trying
flagship
to
store.
regain their presence.
Uh-huh.
Now that the internet exists, no one gives a shit about Guinness Book.
Right.
And so I think they're just trying to be interesting and do whatever they
They
can.
need
Yeah.
the lady with the pop-out eyeballs again.
Absolutely.
That's what everybody remembers.
Yeah, she could shoot milk out of her eyes.
No, those are two different people.
Two
different people.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. I don't know.
That's
I
the issue.
lumped them all together. I think somebody's got
That's right.
somebody 7 foot tall. They can poke their eyeballs out, and they're fat, and they're twins, and they ride on bikes.
That's the problem with the internet. Nothing is weird anymore.
I know.
Everything is so crazy that nothing regular is weird.
Yeah. Come on, let's get Mr. Hands Part 2. I want to see
I
somebody
want to
die
see
fucking
cricket
an animal.
spitters. I want to just see guys who spit crickets.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, look to your left. You got one right here.
Oh, sorry, Todd. I didn't realize.
So, and did anything else happen sort of on the night that these little boy robots cooked you a lasagna dinner?
Well, I thought it was odd that they were cooking their own dinner. I normally cook dinner for them, and they don't really need to eat. They do it more as a show of support to me.
Right.
They sit and eat
Solidarity.
dinner with me.
Yeah.
So when they started cooking dinner, I was a little bit worried. And then after dinner, they did the dishes, which felt, nice. And then they tucked me into bed, which was nice. But then once I was in bed, they wrapped me up. And I was sort of...
I think that was it.
That was the real moment. But I'm saying the suspicion was with the lasagna.
Right.
They were buttering me up all evening just to get saran wrap to my own bed.
So that's when you reach full AI, is when you prank someone into their bed?
I mean, that's the first that we're seeing. Yeah.
Wow. I feel like that's a thing you got to keep an eye on, Sam. I'm a little worried if they're becoming sort of antagonistic to you.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it's a matter of time before they starting
Well,
to
so
turn
far
outward.
it's only lighthearted pranks that are tickling my feet a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that was one of the big things at Google. They're making these robots that pack boxes and stuff.
Right.
And they were like, oh, these robots are getting super, super smart. And then they had a huge breakthrough when the main scientist got a big wedgie up over his head by one of the robots.
That was huge. That was a
They had to
landmark.
put that robot down because they were like, this one's too smart.
Yeah,
Right.
and I've been keeping an eye on the robots around school. So far, they haven't been pranking any students or anything like that. And I think that's the thing we got to keep an eye out for. If those robots start pranking the students, then I think we have a problem.
I think so
on
far
our
it's
hands.
just a little father-son, jab.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I
Well,
mean? As long as it stays in the home, I'm okay with it.
I'll say this. I saw an old man walking around the street with an unusually large erection the other day, and it was so confusing.
How big?
I was
Like
staring-
5?
Too big.
5-6 inches? Too big.
Yeah.
Too big to be
Too
normal.
Big.
5 or
At
6
least
inches?
half a
That's
foot.
fucking crazy. Who even wants one that big?
And I was like, this is disgusting. And then I found out it was one of those robots doing a Knoxville.
Wow.
So I'm a little worried that
that's
they're
like-
beyond the pale.
That's where little Keith
Interesting.
was.
It was little Keith David.
I should have seen little. Little Keith has been toying around
Little
with
Keith David?
Yeah. With
What about
little
little Craig David?
Little Craig David is another one of my robots.
Yeah.
Also a British singer.
Yeah. Really?
Also a British singer. But first, my robot.
Right. Now, these, I'm devastated for your loss of
Thank you.
2 more of your sons. And these sons were killed on patrol as they look for who stole our bottomless piggy bank.
That's right.
Which I don't think the audience knows what that is.
Right.
Do they know? We obviously started a charter school. We kept all of our money in cash in a ceramic pig that had its pants pulled to its ankles.
Grotesque
genitals. Designed by our good friend Sloblo Picasso.
No relation to Pablo Picasso. Lots of relation to Petey Sloblo.
Exactly.
Again, guys, I'm pretty sure the audience knows all this information.
I don't know.
Well, you might have missed a week or 4 and just not heard this story.
Maybe you're new to the podcast.
Yeah, maybe
and
you
now
don't
have
want to
all
go
the
back and
information you
listen.
need.
Which we always say, do not go back.
Don't
No,
go
that's
back
right.
Only
and
listen to the
if
current.
you're listening to the current one, that's the only one you need to hear.
Yeah.
Move forward, never look back, just like me.
None of this
I was
will
going
be
to say,
confusing.
move forward, never look back. Last week, Todd, we heard. Sorry.
Yeah,
What?
but your sons were killed.
Yes.
While looking for who stole our piggy bank.
That's right. They were on patrol. They're patrolling hard, and that's a lot of money lost. And
Right.
it's serious.
And we're still investigating their murders because they were at the scene of the crime. There was a lot of. It looked like there was some foul play.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, students, the suggestion box for if you know who stole the money is not a place to put funny little jokes.
No.
Okay?
And to be fair, it's a
because-
suggestion tube, much like last time.
Much like the suggestion tube from a couple seasons ago. But I don't want to open that up and spend 2 weeks trying to find someone named Carmen Sandiego to find out it was a goddamned joke. Okay?
Right.
Yeah, we don't know these references.
No. I'm humiliated that I had to go to the police station and ask where's Waldo over and over again, and they laughed me out of there.
Right.
But I came back and I showed them a thing or two.
Yeah.
I spent 3 weeks looking for Jimmy Hoffa, and then found out I think that's someone else.
Yeah.
Who's
And
not even real.
I had to arrest Dustin Hoffman and then apologize.
Because you misread the card that I was going off.
I saw Hoff and I went for it.
Yeah.
My apologies to David Hasselhoff's family.
Oh, for filming that video of him eating the hamburger?
Yes.
That was Todd, by the way.
Sorry,
That
sorry,
was
Huff.
Todd. That was very much
Well,
Todd.
you've been around for a lot of famous celebrity benders.
You were in the passenger seat for Gibson's rant.
I was, yeah.
You've taken every famous celebrity death photo.
And,
You took that picture of Michael Jackson in his casket.
Well, yeah. The problem was they said no photography. They didn't say no flash photography.
So you thought you were getting by with a big flash bulb.
And what I've heard is that was an old-timey camera with one of those one-go only flashes.
You heard correctly. It exploded and got a bunch of light bulb glass all over Michael Jackson's pedophile corpse.
A lot of people think.
A lot of people think, and I'll finish the sentence, that he deserved it.
They said you're
Allegedly.
desecrating his memory, and I said, yeah, I'm the one doing that.
Jesus.
Oh, come on, Todd. There's no proof.
He's the king of pop.
But things are good. Things are good. Al Gore's making a documentary about how we are the sign of the failure of the American.
Every
That's right.
famous documentarian has made a stop by the school and asked for a comment from us, and we freely give them.
And the Wayans brothers are also making a movie, an inconvenient spoof.
Yeah.
about our school.
Yeah, they're in full on whiteface on each other's shoulders in a big huge trench coat playing Michael Moore.
Yeah, the thing with Michael Moore was they felt that they weren't tall enough to play him.
And we're like, he's wider. He's wide, not
Like,
tall.
if anything, put on a sweater and both stand next to each other. Don't try to get
I feel
taller.
like they went through a lot of iterations of trying to figure out how to nail Moore and just didn't.
Yeah.
They stood side by
Also-
side, and then he had two heads.
Also,
and that
hate to
wasn't
tell you
working.
guys, you're spoofing the wrong director. Inconvenient Truth is Al Gore.
Right.
It's gonna
idiots.
be
The Wayans
funny.
brothers are idiots.
It's going to be funny.
No, they're geniuses, and it's gonna be hilarious.
It's going to be hilarious.
I love it.
Speaking of inconvenient projects, Todd, you have any
What a
updates on your?
segue! Real punch in the face.
Is the insinuation there that every project I've ever worked on has been inconvenient for myself or the people around me or the people involved?
I think, yeah,
Very much so.
very much so.
Okay, well, as you remember from last week, my play that I sold to Broadway, meaning a QVC warehouse, is doing swimmingly. They kicked me out of it, and I'm not involved anymore. So
But the production is moving along
production's
swiftly.
moving along better than when I was involved, they're saying. So which is good. It has given me time to work on my web series, which is nice.
Awesome.
A lot of cool people are working on it. You know, we got all the guys in the
Pontius
in
is on it, right? I heard that Pontius is gaffing now.
Yeah.
Yes, Pontius is gaffing.
And you've got Steve-O dressed up as a woman playing your mother?
That's right. Well, we went through a series of pretty intensive auditions, and Steve-O dressed up as a woman as my mom was the
right choice.
He nailed the
When the
audition.
talent's in the room, you know.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you
when
just
they
know.
walk through the door, you know it. You know.
Yes.
And we looked at a lot of people, and I told Dame Judi Dench to go fuck herself halfway through her audition.
Whoa!
Halfway through. That's actually being a little generous. I heard it was right up top.
Well, she walked in, and I said, "You wouldn't know truth if it was spit in your fucking face, lady."
Right away.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, "Lame duty bench."
Lame duty
Duty
bench.
bench.
So that's sort of like a dorky shit-covered park
Seat.
bench
Yes.
seat.
Unfortunately, I didn't think that till Gwyneth Paltrow was in the room, so it was confusing for her.
So you thought of it later, and you were like, shit, I'll just say it anyway, even though it's many auditions later.
Yeah, she was in her audition. I said, "Lame duty bench."
And she had no idea what
She
you were
had no
talking about.
idea. And so she yelled at me, and I thought of the best comeback for her while Meryl Streep was in the room. I said, "Goop, more like poop."
That is good.
That's a good burn.
Very
That's
good.
good.
for
Now,
Gwyneth
I can't
Paltrow.
believe you're getting these people to audition. And these are the actual actresses, not bad impersonators.
Well, it's the actual actresses. They're very easy to find. If you go to Hollywood and Highland, they're all just hanging out there taking photos. You can find some of the biggest stars in the world. I mean, I was hanging out. You know, Charlie Chaplin's alive and well. Well, he's alive.
no,
Also,
they're not doing well. Yeah, it seems like all the celebrities that people say are dead or gone are still very much alive and super sick walking around Hollywood.
Now, Mr. Cravey.
Yes.
I have been very excited about. You were on ESPN. You did a full-on ESPN 1 interview.
I did, yeah. They came to the school and they wanted to do a profile on the man who is, causing high school sports to have a spike in viewership,
right,
and also crime.
Yes.
They tried to box me in.
They really didn't talk about the spike in viewership. It seemed like the piece was about crime, the amount of crime that has sort of started happening in high school.
Yeah,
Right,
you
yeah.
kept bringing it back to spikes in viewership, but they weren't really interested in that.
No, they only wanted to talk about the outbreak of crime that's happening on all the betting that's going on in the sports now and how it's really become a hotbed.
A lot of shady characters that you had to involve yourself with to make high school sports more successful.
Yes.
And in the last year, we've had. I mean, in the last few weeks, even we've had so many instances of athletes being injured by Jeff Gillooly type characters who are coming in and kneecapping.
Jeff Gillooly, I'm just assuming from the name, is the guy that kneecapped Tanya Harding.
He's right. He
You
is.
can
Or
tell
Nancy
all that
Kerrigan?
from the name.
Which one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's the guy who is Tanya Harding's friend or husband or
And kneecapped.
boyfriend who executed the attack.
Yeah, Gillooly has been sneaking around the school. It's not a Gillooly type. It's Gillooly.
It's Gillooly.
And if you don't know Gillooly or have never seen him, picture a guy that would be with Tanya Harding that would kneecap an Olympian, and you got him right away.
You
His
got
name is
him.
Jeff Gillooly.
Yeah.
Cut his hair short and bad and let him grow a little mustache, and that's Gillooly.
But you and him are besties now, huh?
I love Gillooly. Gillooly's my main guy. I mean, I've been sending him out to break people's ankles all over town. I mean, this is me. This is what I'm. This is me.
And you could say your openness about your participation in crime is the reason that you've gained so much attention, a reason that there are multiple court orders for warrants for your arrest.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that a court order was just getting a sandwich.
Exactly. At lunch
court.
while you're in court or something like that.
I was like, I don't know, my court order.
They're giving me a court order,
Yeah,
but
you
I'm
got-
not
I
going to
guess a
court.
chicken salad.
You got a court order in the mail, and you mailed back to the court chicken salad.
Yeah. I keep responding to these court orders with like, I don't know, I ordered chicken salad yesterday. I guess I don't know. I don't want to really eat it, but I'll take fish and chips in the middle of the day.
Courthouse fish and
apparently-
chips are fantastic.
But I'm God, I love any food at the courthouse. Is so good.
Anything that's like fried or, really takes some work.
Well, my favorite drink of all time is courthouse coffee.
Of course.
God, yeah.
We all
Can we
love
talk
that.
about courthouse coffee for a second?
yeah,
That
I
little
mean-
stained white Mr. Coffee in the basement, over in the corner, that's just got a real watery cup of Joe in it.
I
And
mean, while we're talking about food and drinking stuff, I have been getting really into cafeteria grilled fish.
Really?
Yeah,
Grilled.
almost exclusively. I'll get the grilled fish at a court cafeteria, a hospital cafeteria.
I'm going to be honest, Todd. Obviously, fish has a lot of mercury in it. Your arms look like the Terminator's enemy.
The T-1000?
Yes.
So,
They are
liquid,
shiny.
liquid metal is what you're saying?
Yes, they're shiny.
Your arms look a little bit like a thermometer, like
Right.
a part of a thermometer.
Well, I mean,
You can see the vein like a...
well,
Well, you
I
took
guess-
my temperature the other day with your finger, and I
Yes.
had 104,
Yeah, and
and I went home.
thanks again. You really wanted that as a suppository, and I said I could take your temperature through your mouth, so I stuck my hand right in your mouth instead of your butt, because that would have been weird.
Yeah.
But so this looks unusual to you, my arms, because when you look at yourself every day, you can't see the changes. But
Do you
guys
feel
are-
the changes? I mean, you're kind of metally.
To be fair, you've been in poor health almost your whole life, so I don't know that you could
But
tell
this
if you were
I
worse.
do feel different. I don't know if it's better or worse, but I am. When I go into like a pool locker room, everyone runs out screaming. I for some reason I keep going up to people saying, "Have you seen this boy?" I don't know if that's related.
Yeah, that's straight out of the movie, Todd. I'm worried.
Yeah, out of Terminator 2.
Yeah,
I thought so.
Yeah.
I was like, this feels like it's out of the movie.
yeah.
And I have an insane desire to kill Edward Furlong.
Shit.
You
But
should
I've been that way for 25 years.
Well, I think you should stop eating on this cafeteria fish.
Yeah, I think it might be doing some trouble.
I went to the doctor about that, and he said if I did that, I'd go through some pretty bad fishdrawals. So, and
he didn't. Did he really?
What's that?
He
said
really
withdrawals.
He said fishdrawals. Or you're editorializing?
I swear on my mother's grave.
She's not dead.
Fingers crossed.
She's one of the oldest women in the world, and she is not dead.
Well, yeah, I know, but I still have a grave for her, and I swear on it.
And you try to put her in it all the time and cover it up, Todd.
Because your mother had you old, and you're 77.
My mom had me old. Yeah, that's correct. And she showed me no love. I was what they called an experiment baby, where they wanted to see what would happen to a man if his mother never hugged him, showed him any love or approval.
Now, that experiment, very interesting, obviously worked out very poorly for the child, but they say it works out really well for the parent. Your mom obviously thriving at 154 years
Thriving,
old.
incredibly happy. She looks young. She looks 38. My mom's beautiful. What's that?
She does not talk about you. She won't have your name in her mouth.
She won't. Yeah, she keeps my name out of her mouth. And I hate her guts. But I swear on my mother's grave that my doctor said I'm going through fishdrawals.
All right.
And Howard, what have you been up to?
Well, I was going to say, speaking of beautiful women.
Oh, fuck off.
No. I brought in
Speaking
proof.
of beautiful women, I've never seen one near me.
No,
You
stop
brought
it.
in
Okay,
poof.
I brought in proof.
You brought in poof.
What is proof?
That means it's a disappeared woman. There's
It's
no more
dust.
poof.
It's nothing. It's air.
Listen,
It's
brought in
snow.
proof.
I brought
You brought in proof.
Listen, I went on a date with a woman a few nights ago. I got home and I said to her, "Listen, we know where this is going."
Yeah, because we said last week, bring us some fucking proof.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
You've
I
had
said,
contact with the woman.
you know where this is going. We know where this is going. We're both hitting it off. Would you have any qualms with me recording the sounds of us being intimate?
Dear God.
God.
So I brought in
Disgusting.
a recording that I made
I
of
hate
her
this.
and I having sexual intercourse.
Okay,
and I'm
let's-
going to
Well,
play it
listen.
for you guys. And
If this feels real, we will believe it.
We'll believe it.
We will believe it.
Absolutely.
okay, well, get ready to hear some realness.
right.
Hopefully, you can hear it if I'm playing on this microphone.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you like that? You like that?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'm giving it to you. Oh yeah.
Just you so far?
Oh yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Just you so far?
No one else.
That's everything?
That's it.
That's
There
not
you
it.
go. That was the sound of me having sex with a woman, and it's irrefutable.
Why
All
is
you
it
had
so
to do was
crisp?
say. All you had to do was say. Have her say, "I'm here and I haven't
She said
been
to
paid."
me, no, excuse me. She said to me beforehand, she said, it's fine if you want to do that. I don't feel comfortable talking because I don't want my voice to be heard if you're going to play this publicly. But that was the sound of me in my bathroom.
Well, no, that is not your fucking bathroom. We all know Rent-A-Center came back and took all your furniture away, and you're
Including
sleeping
your
up-
bathroom?
Your toilet's gone?
All
Rent-A-Center-
right.
You were renting a bathroom
Rent-A-Center-
from Rent-A-Center.
No, Rent-A-Center-
And your house is now totally empty and sounds like a fucking factory.
No.
Like an empty factory.
No.
Eat shit, idiot. This is
Eat
a fucking lie.
You hang on.
That's
You
fucking
virgin.
What's more likely? Tell me this. What's more likely? That I went on a date and had sex with a woman,
No.
or I went home from school the other day, sat on my toilet, and talked into my phone for 15 seconds and made the sounds of me having sex?
That one.
That
I think it's
I
that
mean, that one, except the part where you're sitting on your toilet because Rent-A-Center ripped that thing right out of your
Okay,
house. We saw it happen.
Now you're trying to fold in other lies on top of
Yeah,
this lie.
we told
We're not going to
Rent-A-Center-
forget you lost your toilet, Howard.
Okay, you know what? I didn't lose my toilet, okay?
Yeah, it was ripped
I've
out
Tell
of
never-
that shit
I've
bucket in
never
the
had-
corner.
I've
Tell
never-
us what that shit bucket in the corner
I've
is.
never had a
That's
real
your lunch.
toilet.
You said, "This is my
I've
lunch
never-
and not my shit."
Oh, that's your
I've never
defense.
had a normal toilet.
I'd be worried that if you're lying and there's this much buildup to maybe a possible sexual encounter, you are going to die at the sight of a naked woman. One of the two.
You're going to die on the approach.
You guys, sometimes it's really hard being your coworker and your friends.
Well, that's what everyone in my life has said to me, so this is no different.
Yeah, that's the way life is, as far as I know.
But we'll try to be better. Attention students, this is Todd Padre with your daily announcement. We request that you no longer use the eye wash station in the science rooms for drinking water. Please use the regular drinking fountains. Thank you.
To clarify, those are the fountains in the center of school that the birds are bathing in. Those are the drinking fountains.
Well, we got a guest on the show. As always, folks, we're really excited. He is, honestly, I would say one of the best drivers we've ever seen. And he is one of our, I'll say best bus driver. Not to throw you under the bus. No pun intended, Sam.
He did.
Jesus Christ, let's move on.
I said too much.
I've crashed a lot of cars.
I said too
And
much.
you have been run over by a bus.
I went too far.
Got thrown under the bus.
I was thrown under a bus.
I'm really sorry. I got sidetracked because I started thinking about what I was saying was affecting you. But anyway, we'd like to welcome to the show bus driver Cody Cleghorn. Cody, how are you?
Thank
Hi,
you.
Cody.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is very exciting you're here because you are the best bus driver.
Oh, come on.
Like, there are a lot of people driving those buses out there for us, but I don't know one of them other than Cody.
I mean, I have been with the school system for 37 years now.
Right.
My
And that's,
man, Cody.
yeah.
I've seen some things, the bus culture has really changed since I started.
Yeah.
But it still speaks to me in a way that I always hoped. And I will say that my big concern is that people on my buses, the teens and the younger kids, they sort of like to hook up on the bus.
Yeah.
Right. And this is like, we hired you here at our school because of your record, how big of a history
Yeah.
you have driving.
I mean,
the
you're a
buses.
veteran.
There isn't when a bridge goes out, you know where to go to make sure the kids get there. But mostly, you keep a funky, wild bus.
It's a wild little party bus, and I like that. I want the young kids to feel like this is a safe space, a cool zone. But last year, I believe my bus was the home of 2 conceptions for teen pregnancies. And that's not great.
No. Because this is a bus, you have your own bus.
Yeah.
You brought your own bus. You didn't use one of our buses that we bought when we
Because
started
you put
this
so
school.
much into it.
Oh, yeah, I
'Cause it is-
repainted it. I put carpeting on.
Yeah, there's
uh,
wraparound seating,
yeah.
black light.
Yeah. It's got a real nonstop EDM going. Sometimes
Disco
I want it
ball.
to stop, but I can't get it. I don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can see how that might be a little maddening every
it's
day
a little
to be in a
crazy.
disco
I
bus.
drive real fast. But no, it was all in my mind, like, what's going to make the kids feel like they can let their guard down? And lo and behold, they're letting their pants down.
Well, that's kind of why we chose you. We think that we have a very cool school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to have a cool bus driver and a cool bus. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? When the kids leave the house in the morning, we want them to forget where they live and be in our zone.
Yes,
and I think
exactly.
your bus does
No,
that.
the bus really, school begins on the bus. Okay, so I'm setting the tone, I'm keeping it. But I just feel like, the number of HJs and BJs and CJs that are happening.
CJs?
Yeah. Cunt jobs.
That is sex.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now, a cunt job, is that just cunnilingus, or is that, do you stretch the vagina out into the shape of a penis and blow it? Like, what?
You're talking like you don't know. It's exactly that second one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I misunderstood.
Stretch it
That's what
out
it
like
is.
it's a penis and blow it.
Kids are always
Exactly.
figuring out different ways to
New
enjoy
ways.
themselves.
Oh my gosh. Here's a real thing. Have you guys heard of soaking?
No.
Oh, it's a thing that the Mormon.
already nauseous.
I used to drive around in Utah, a
Yeah.
Mormon school.
Yeah.
And a thing that the kids do is soaking, where they
Now,
put.
is soaking when you pee your pants and then you go to hook up later and you swear you haven't peed them?
No, that's sopping.
Sopping.
Okay, because I've
Soaking.
sopped a lot.
Soaking is a thing that Mormon kids do where
It's
they
real.
put their penis in a girl, but they don't thrust, and they consider that, oh, we're not having sex because there's no thrusting.
We're just
It's
soaking.
Soaking. It's the
So
the,
you just
the little
kinda
corners
let it-
people cut.
Take
You
it
kinda
from a
pickle
guy
it
with
in
an
there.
unwanted daughter. That is sex.
Your daughter's unwanted?
Oh yeah, I mean that.
The cycle continues with Todd.
Yeah, I break my hip regularly, and so sometimes I have to make love without a thrust. And one time I did that and conceived a daughter. And
Thank God your penis is so sensitive that's enough to make you ejaculate.
Yes, I have. Well, the Guinness World Record for most sensitive penis, and that's emotionally sensitive.
That's
too.
emotional as well.
You can make my penis.
Oh my God,
cry,
your penis
hurt my
gets
penis's
triggered
feelings.
constantly.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to say this, Cody. A lot of students have said that you actually, while you complain about all of this sex,
Yeah.
you actually seem very interested in what's going on.
I
and
mean,
you-
I am
you-
on the sidelines taking notes, passing out condoms, making people feel cool. But that's just because, if it's sort of like if it's happening at all, if it's going to happen in my house, I might as well protect
You're like
the
a
kids.
responsible parent who's like, drink here.
And going, do it.
Yes.
If you're gonna do an orgy that involves 20 or so children,
Hell, even if you're not.
do it in front of me. Hell,
Yeah.
even if you're not.
And before people say this is gross, you actually only drive our seniors, so you only have 18-year-olds on your bus. So you're not like a weird pervert or anything like that.
We all in this school we design the buses by age group.
Yeah.
So I just take the 18-year-old kids, and then there's a 17-year-old bus and a 15-and-a-half-year-old
So it's
bus,
legal and not
actually.
It's
weird.
legal, right.
Now, you were the first person to get HPV in your hair. Is that true?
Yes, the thing about any virus people don't understand, it's spreadable to any living thing, but of course we know our hair is dead, but it's freshly dead. Do you know what I'm saying? So you
your
get
hair-
HPV, and I didn't just get on my head hair. I got it on my eyebrows, my eyelashes, my nose hairs.
Now, a lot of people say that's insane because how would you get hair on your face or your head close enough to
I'm doing a lot of cut
That's-
jobs, I'll tell you that.
And you famously, right after Michael Douglas came out and said, I got throat cancer from cunnilingus, you said, I can do you one better, Michael Douglas. And you wrote a long article about how you got hair cancer from
Yep.
HPV.
And I'm an older man, so I've got hair in my ears. I've got hair in any, pocket of my body.
Luckily, it hasn't traveled to your actual body. It's just hair transfer.
Right. But I feel like my hair's on top of my head going, I could kill you. Giving me cervical cancer in my head.
Well,
That's usually the.
I'm glad you pulled through.
Yeah.
I have a question about bus driver style through history, because this is the thing I don't know.
I know a lot about it.
When did the big, juicy bus driver butt become in fashion? You know that butt that only a bus
very
driver has.
necessary.
It's all the rage.
Oh, yes.
now.
Because if you think about it, you're spending your best 2.5 hours a day seated on a big, wide, leathery seat. And a lot of bus drivers, it happens that they come in with a normal butt, but then their butt sort of like melts into the shape of the seat. But then also, I would say in 1991, a lot of big, flat-butted people just started gravitating to the field because they knew this was going to be sort of like how Michael Phelps, he has those double-jointed ankles. He's just right for swimming.
Right.
You got a big, flat butt.
Right.
You're right for the bus driving.
Yeah, because you'll go around. You've been recruiting big, chunky bootied men and women.
But see, the chunk can be a problem. It needs to be big and flat. So have you ever seen a meat tenderizer?
Yes,
I got one of those, but for humans, in my glove compartment,
And it's
I
big.
just go boop, 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 because it's sort of like developing a callus.
Right.
Yes.
If you're going to play music.
Right.
But the music is a bus that you're driving of sex teens.
What I like about that is a bus driver, when they die, will have just the most tender, juicy little butt to eat.
Oh yeah, it's sort of, and you kind of have to cut into you gotta cut off the callus and then inside the fruits of that butt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love one of my favorite things about going to Spain is getting a big for breakfast they serve they used to serve pata negro, which is Blackfoot. It's a type of pig that only eats acorns and is let.
It's a very luxurious.
It's luxurious. You
food
eat
and
it on a
pig,
little
of
piece of
course.
toast. Now they are serving Blanca Driver, which is white driver.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's a big leg of a bus driver.
Yeah, it's kind of like the
You know,
new
on my driver's license, it says organ donor, except for my butt. That goes to France.
Yes.
Now, Cody,
Yes,
while
'cause
we're on
you're
the topic,
Spain, or all of it. Any place with a romance language.
what do you think about this? Is they're starting to produce bus drivers very young and shove a tube into their mouth and fill them with fat?
Yeah.
And that is even closer to a foie gras with a bus driver. Do you think that that's a little
And
bit?
when they
think
say
it's
they are
inhumane.
starting, you have started this type of farm.
It's me and I'm doing it, and I know it's wrong.
Okay.
I shouldn't, but it's like I just feel like
There's no law against it currently.
yeah. And until there is one, I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to get freakier.
Yeah, it's really the wild, wild west out there because they haven't found out a way to sort of get any jurisdiction on this sort of
Well, and that's-
force-feeding bus drivers.
That's our attitude. I mean,
Yes.
that's why you're a perfect fit here. If there's no rule against it, you test the limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you
make
guys
the
think
rule.
about that? What is worse, to do something that is bad and know it's bad and keep doing it, or to not know it's bad and keep doing it?
I would.
Is ignorance better?
I think ignorance makes you less culpable for your actions, but
Right.
I think that if you know what you're doing is bad and you continue to do it, then I'd say you do have some of the blame.
Now, what
for
if you
continuing.
try to avoid learning for most of your adult life, and so you have the advantage of staying ignorant and then do
Yeah,
something
if
like
you
that?
actively deny information when people are trying to tell you something. It's like,
Or you
I'm
know what
the
I
way
think is
am.
bad is doing something, knowing what's right and then doing it, because then you're like, "Brr, I'm better than everyone. You know, you get a big head.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want to
that's
be one of these elitists.
These law followers.
Moral smarties.
What would I've always wondered why a bus driver like yourself
Right.
doesn't take to the skies. Is there a reason you haven't become a plane driver or an Airbus driver?
Plane.
Well, really, if we want to get into it, dreams of piloting a Zeppelin.
Oh wow.
But
Like a big bus in the
Judging by
sky.
your glasses,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like you have the best eyesight.
I don't have that eagle eye vision. No, I did in my early years get to take one Zeppelin to the sky, but I drove right into a bunch of prickly pine trees. Did not get very far, and then I really ruined a forest because the whole thing. It's like a big balloon, and then
Isn't there a
And there was
video of that?
Yeah.
Video of that?
There's the man screaming, "Oh, the humanitary," because you took down the whole forest.
I did. Yeah, kind of, because it popped, and then there was a storm, so it got all wet, and then there was a heat wave, so the Zeppelin bits sort of fused into the trees and really ruined the forest ecology for a good 3-4 years. They say that a balloon tree grows there, but I think that's a lie.
I would say that's probably.
And it was
slight
you were, the
fabrication.
the name of the Zeppelin you were flying was the Hindenburg,
Yeah.
like a burr needle from a pine tree.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to have you on board here. I feel like the kids are coming in here with just a new lease on life every morning. They seem so relaxed. You see kids coming off the bus smoking a cigarette, just looking very calm.
Yeah, they're super relaxed.
Sometimes they'll cut, like the women will come off the bus wearing a long T-shirt and just socks,
Right.
holding a cup
Or
of
like an
Joe.
Oxford shirt,
Yes.
holding a frying pan, being like, I made eggs.
Right.
I can't really do women's voices well, but it's like, I made eggs.
Who could expect you to?
Not all of us are seasoned actors like myself.
Now, Todd.
I got your Kickstarter about your web series.
And
Maybe.
Now, Todd,
okay,
what are the things you're promising with your Kickstarter? Are you promising if you donate 100, you get this? If you donate 500, you get this?
well, minimum donation is $750.
Okay, that's
we're
a lot.
Starting there, and for $750, you get your name in the credits.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's
What's
see.
the credit?
What's the credit?
What's the credit that their name is under?
Cheap loser.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty because obviously
Maybe.
because there's the $1,000
Right. There's the $1,000.
where it's just loser.
It's just losers. So that's and the loser tier is nice because you get your name in the credits.
And but the
which is
name's in
good.
italics, right? Whereas other, it's just plain font.
Yes, I believe you misread. It's in Italian.
Italian.
So you get. I make up an Italian version of your name.
Yeah, what's Cody Cleghorn in Italian?
Cody Arrivederci.
Cody Arrivederci, obviously.
Arrivederci.
Now, and if you donate $2,000, you get to be in the web series and play a waiter, but you get called a cheap loser.
Yes, that's right.
And your back has to be to camera.
It's a back-to-camera waiter drop-off, and as you're walking away, I say your real name is a cheap loser.
And for $200,000 for your web series.
Yeah, so
Huge jump.
it goes from 2,000, and then the next tier is if you donate 200,000.
That's right. So for $200,000, we will let you be a grip on set, and we'll treat you like shit.
Oh my God!
What an
We'll boss
experience.
you around.
That's great.
Yeah.
And for 300,000, you're offering not a walk-on role, but a run-on role.
That's right.
true?
And what happens is you do walk on, but then I speak a run-on sentence at you. There's no periods. It's a lot of commas. It's rambling,
Right.
and you never get to respond. And you're all in a wide, and I'm in close-ups.
Yeah, just going wide, close, wide, close, wide.
Yes, yes. So we're looking for money. It's a pretty reasonable budget, I would say, for a web series, and we're looking for any donations that you got out there.
Good.
Wow.
I mean, I do make good bus money, but I have a lot of people coming at me with Kickstarters, so.
Now, you mentioned this earlier. You said you work about 2.5 hours a day. Hour 15 in the morning,
yeah.
hour 15 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And you're compensated well.
Yeah.
What do you do with the rest of your time, Cody?
I like to learn about maps and geography. Because I'm
Do you like to learn about maps or like what's on the maps? You like to just learn about pieces of
I
paper?
don't want to learn about. I'm less interested in what's on them and more interested in like what's it made of. Is it in one of those spirally things? Because maps are really falling out of favor with GPSs these days.
Right.
And I don't remember when I was little. My mom had a trunk full of maps. You could look through them.
Yeah.
Not even for where we live.
Right.
For Myanmar.
And for a bus driver like you, it's too complicated to just have a GPS on your dash. You need those big papers.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I say, hey, 18-year-old, take the wheel, and I'm unfurling a map
Right.
and going, where's the I-9?
But you famously know a lot about paper and how it ages, but not anything about geography.
Right.
Is
and
that true?
But I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to better myself.
So I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Yeah.
And then just answer them back to back, if you would. All right?
Okay.
What continent is Kenya in?
Okay.
And then followed by what type of paper is the best paper to write on? Just
I'm gonna
shoot
go
from the hip.
the Ottoman Empire and double cardstock.
Good.
Okay. The first one is very wrong.
Well, the Ottoman Empire is a continent. It's just not the right continent.
It's not the one
right?
Kenya's
That's
on.
right.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
The Ottoman Empire is filled with angry, mean men.
Did you guys bring me on your podcast to embarrass me?
No.
That's what we do to Howard.
If you feel embarrassed, that's our fault. That's our apology.
Yeah. If you feel embarrassed, you can always take a lick at Howard. That's what we all do
Let's
to feel
apologize. Let's apologize. We're sorry you feel that way. That's a tip. That's a good apology. What I just did.
I don't know about that.
I'm so sorry that me doing the normal thing I do made you upset.
Guys.
We are sorry that made you mad.
Guys.
I don't understand my involvement, but it stinks that I have to deal with you being sad.
Yikes.
We're sorry that you can't handle normal criticism.
Whoa.
You can't handle the truth.
Oh, well, I feel better.
Now, I will say, here's a compliment. I've never seen someone who's as bad at refolding a map as you.
Is that a compliment?
I think so. I mean, to be the best,
Sounds like a
Being the
compliment.
best
to be the
at
best
anything,
or
even
the
a
worst
bad
at
thing.
something is very difficult. And it's hard to
That's
refold a
true.
map, but you go directions and angles that are not even built into
Oh,
the
yeah.
creases
People
of the
think
map.
in and out. I go up, down, around.
Because you're wrapped in maps right now.
Yep.
You look like a mummy that I can see a lot of the parts of the world on. Is that crazy to say?
No, it's exactly that. Except I guess the mummy's what it's wrapped up in is thinner. It's like 6-inch, toilet paper, but cloth.
Right.
These maps, these are 3 feet. wide.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So they don't. It's not as good.
You're
can
not
see,
very mobile at all.
No. And you
Yeah.
can see my left nip and my right asshole. Just kidding. I only got the one, but it is close to the right. It's a little on the right side.
It's a little off
we
center.
can
It's
see.
not in the crack.
We can
It's
see a
on
It's on
my
the cheek.
butt cheek.
I'll say
very
this, it's
purple.
pretty ironic because to me it's the wrong asshole, not the right asshole.
Yeah.
All
To
right.
me, because we can obviously see a purplish, puckered asshole on the right side of your body.
And
which
we're
is
not talking
crazy.
about Howard.
No. No, we're not talking about Howard. If you're picturing a purple, puckered asshole, it's not Howard's face. That's a common misconception.
No
It's
one has ever
Cody's-
made that. No one has ever made that comparison ever
not-
before.
yeah, not to
besides
your
you.
face.
Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe should I just leave? Is that what you guys want?
No, of course
Howard.
not. We are so sorry that you have thin skin and couldn't handle that.
Yes, we are sorry that was something that triggered you.
We thought that we were developing a rapport, that you enjoyed us being mean to you, and we're sorry that you're wrong.
I'll do one. I'm sorry you suck.
Okay.
Now, Cody,
Yeah.
it's scary to have so many kids' lives in your hands when you're driving the bus, right?
Yeah.
Especially if maybe they're singing songs at you, making love in there. What do you do to stay focused?
I do wear sunglasses, so it obscures my vision.
That's not sunglasses.
What you just pointed to on the table was a blindfold.
Yes, blindfolds are a type of sunglass.
Yeah.
Sunglass is the umbrella term. Within that is blindfold, eye patch, regular bifocals.
Two hands.
Two
regular
hands.
bifocals, like without any shading?
I'm worried
Yeah.
about these students' safety who are fucking in a big orgy on this bus with you wrapped up in a mount like a mummy with a blindfold on up front driving.
I don't understand why you're worried.
Yeah, I mean the track record speaks for itself. you
Yeah,
know?
we've only
Don't
had.
talk about the track record right now. I'm sorry, we're down.
No, I'm just saying.
we were terrible at the 100 meters. Fuck off, Howard.
No, I'm saying that Cody's never had an accident, completely clean record, has never once caused any harm to any one of our students or any student previously. So something's got to be working right. Just because Cody drives a bus with 35 children on it with his eyes covered doesn't mean that he's a bad driver.
I wasn't saying that.
What were you saying?
I was saying that you brought up the track record.
Not your specific track team. I was talking about Cody's.
My history
sorry.
of
Cody's-
performance. My history
I'm
of
sorry.
Right.
Cody, Bill's a little sensitive because all of our teams have not won a single game this year, including the track team.
I'm growing.
I think so. I think we're all growing this year.
No, but
I
you've
think
gotten taller since the beginning of the episode, I think.
Well, yes, I am playing around with some new performance-enhancing drugs.
Right.
I've been taking
Not Giraffrin.
Giraffrin. It's a nose spray that lengthens your neck. It was an accident. It was a huge accident. It was a spill at Pfizer, a medication spill. And I don't know if it. Do you guys? Can you tell my neck is longer?
Yeah.
your neck and your tongue.
Cody said you look like you've gotten taller. I would say just that your neck has gotten longer.
Well, that would still make him taller.
That's true. Okay, I stand corrected.
I've been fucking around with some Giraffrin, and I want everybody to be chill because I think it's going to get maybe certified by the Better Medicine Bureau.
Not by the FDA.
Not by the FDA.
But the
No,
Better
the
Medicine
BMB.
Bureau. Yeah.
The
Better Medicine Bureau.
American Medical Association has also come out saying it is dangerous and could lead to all sorts of terrible medical side
American
effects.
Zoological Society also said nobody should mess with it.
Yeah. No
But
person
we're-
or giraffe should take it, they said.
The BMB jury is still out. DMB is in, though. Dave Matthews Band says go for it.
Dave Matthews Band, thanks for the DMB certification on Giraffrin. I appreciate it. guilty as charged. That's what they say when they certify a new medication.
The U.S. Dental Association said, we're not here, we're on a long vacation.
Yeah, they're never here. They're never in.
Yeah,
Never
that's
in.
why
They
we all got bad teeth.
Rescheduled it all the time. We do have terrible teeth.
This
Look at
town's
us.
teeth is bad. Don't you think?
yes.
This town looks like a little England when it comes to teeth.
Yeah, fuck English teeth.
Now, Cody, we're always looking
We're
for.
not done with English teeth, Howard.
They're nasty, Howard.
I mean, these British people. Here's the thing with their teeth: is they got the two long, pointy ones. They only
Yeah,
come
the
out at
incisors.
night.
Yeah, and you can only kill them with a fucking cross.
These British bastards. I'd say, Brexit out of here if you're going to turn into a bat all of a sudden.
Yeah,
that's what I'd
fuck
say.
you, British people. I hate British people. I'm so tired of a British person being the villain in a movie. Somebody I should be scared of.
yeah, but you're soft.
You're
We're not scared of
You're
Britons.
always drinking tea.
in
Like, what
America.
about what's a scary race?
The
Yes.
only British person I'm scared of is the Queen because she really handed me my ass one time.
What?
The Queen of England kicked the crap out of me.
Really?
Recently.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were chilling over there outside of that fucking castle. What's it called?
Buckingham.
Buckingham.
Yeah.
Buckingham. You
Yeah.
were chilling outside of Buckingham. What happened?
Well, I'll tell you what happened is I was chilling and I was trying to sell some novelty merchandise.
You were trying to sell to one of those bobbies, right? One of those guys in the red?
Those are the
a
bobbies.
beefeater.
The
What-
bobbies are the cops.
Right.
Bobbies are the
What are
cops.
those called?
A
Those
beefeater.
are-
Royal
The
Guard?
beef eaters. The beef eaters.
I was trying to sell to the beef eaters. I was saying, you guys like beef so much, why don't you try some ham? And I said that a bunch, and I had a raw pig that I was cooking on a spit. I said, Buckingham Palace, what about a buck of ham, pal?
Buck for ham.
Pal ass.
Yeah, pal ass.
So you had set up Buck for ham, pal ass.
Yes.
And
Now, what's the pal ass part mean?
It's simple. I sell you a donkey as a friend.
Oh, I see. So you have a corral of donkeys and a pig on a spit outside of
And the
Buckingham
Queen
Palace.
of England thought this was the dumbest idea in the world. She thought it was so stupid.
She has no vision.
Right.
No, she doesn't see the next three steps.
and she came right out.
Yeah.
She came right out of the
out.
collar.
She said, fine, I'm coming out and I'll say this to your face. And I said, eat shit. Eat shit. I say, I'm glad, Princess.
Oh, and I bet
Princess
she's
Di
like,
know what was coming to her.
I'll-
You're next.
I bet
No.
she was like,
You
I
were
already
there
do.
that day.
Because I was going to make a joke about English cuisine, but the moment has passed. It's fine. Cody's not a fashion.
Were you going to do bangers?
Well, he said eat shit, and I was going to do an English accent where she goes, I already do.
Right.
Oh, because the
That's
food there is
good.
bad.
Yes,
The food
they
there
eat
is
shit.
bad.
Even the Queen eats the shittiest food because they got no taste. So I mouthed off, and she kicked the crap out of me.
Well,
She
you're
pummeled
77,
me.
and she's how old?
She
Older.
84 or
84 exactly.
Yeah.
And she kicked me to the ground and she kept stomping my body. And I got up and I got a swing in and she grabbed it and she broke my arm over her shoulder. And it was a fair fight and she just kicked me to the curb.
This is now the most viewed video on WorldStarHipHop.com.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And she's the one screaming World Star in it.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, it used to be the most viewed was my Zeppelin crash.
Really?
Oh, I don't know how to feel about that. Because on the one hand, I don't want it to define me. But I also felt like, wow, now I'm not even,
Right.
even the thing that defines me isn't that cool.
It's the second most viewed thing now.
Yeah.
And
Internet fame is fleeting.
It's fleeting.
What's the third most viewed video again?
What is the third most viewed?
It was the first.
Oh, is it a girl breaks up with her dad?
That's right.
That's what it is. Girl finally puts her foot down for abusive father.
Did you guys even notice that I'd left the room and came back in the last 3 minutes?
No.
How long?
Were
Can't
you
say
going to
that we
shit in
did.
that bucket that you have?
You didn't even notice.
Well, it smells in here now.
I didn't go to the bathroom.
Howard, don't leave when we have a guest.
I just wanted to see. I wanted to see if you guys even gave a shit whether I was here or I was gone. And it's obvious that you didn't. You guys did just fine without me, didn't you?
Don't feel bad. We love you, Howard.
What?
We love you. We need your money, and we love you.
Okay.
We need
Howard.
your money. We need you to get us up in the morning and make sure we're here on time and run the podcast and edit it and make sure it goes on time and introduce the guest.
Howard, we're loving you the best that we can, okay? Your friends have bad hearts sometimes.
We're
trying.
We're doing the best we can.
We're
sorry.
trying.
Don't have
It's
a
hard
cow,
because
man.
sometimes we can't handle our own emotions.
Yeah.
You know, I have a bad heart.
You do?
Like I was made bad. Normally there are 4 chambers. I got 1.5.
Who made it?
God,
Oh, okay.
my
Yeah,
mom's
chambers.
shitty womb. I don't know.
So how does that affect your life?
Well, I need to sleep 16 hours a day. Mm-hmm. I have to take certain pills, and I have to have extra dairy.
Extra dairy for your heart.
Yeah.
And that's the
Really?
solve. Pills and dairy and lots of sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anything we want behind the wheel of a bus, it's somebody with an erratic heart.
It's not erratic. It's just weak.
We
Those were your words.
It is loud.
Yeah, you can hear
It's
that, right?
so loud. Yeah, it almost sounds like a hand hitting your chest.
one beat at
But
a
it's
time.
not.
It's not.
One beat at a time. It's only got the one
It's not
and a
the
half
pump up.
ventricle.
It feels
No.
like the blood is pumping out, but never coming back through and being cleaned or whatever the heart does. to
Some of
blood.
it is. I got a lot of loose blood just running around in my body. It's
Yeah,
not
because this map is getting soaked red the longer you're in here. I think you might be dying, Cody. Cody,
Let's hope
Okay.
not.
Well, you've
Cody,
had a great career.
Yeah,
and
we
a
appreciate
long
you.
legacy.
Yeah.
if you die 20 minutes from now, which all signs point to you are,
Can I use your mom's grave?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to end up squeezing you both in there at some point, but yeah, you can keep it warm.
You can also use
We'll
one of the
remember.
graves in the back. It's a small yard. It's about 10 by 12.
Oh, one of the
out
robot
behind.
graves.
We'll just send my butt to France.
Of course.
have you, before you die, have you heard any rumblings about, where the bottomless piggy bank is, who stole it?
There's a rumor going around, and I won't say how I know this, but it might have something to do with some covert surveillance tactics we've been using throughout. There's a rumor that
No proof.
the Goths have sort of assembled.
Yes.
Have you seen any sort of groups of Goths, anything larger than a group of 5 or
Well,
so?
every Tuesday we do have like goth sex time on the Monday and Wednesday are regular Christian missionary. Tuesdays freaky deaky goth.
Hold on, is it Christian missionary position or it's just
Yeah.
Christian missionaries?
It's a Christian missionary position where you do missionary and you close your eyes and you go, I'm sorry. But then Tuesday is a complete 180 into like weird whips and chains and blood.
Hedonistic goth.
Yeah.
Can
Because
you imagine that? Jesus, that's disgusting. It's like a 9 Inch Nails video.
Exactly.
Awful.
yeah.
I want
We-
to fuck you like I'm on a bus. they play that song.
That I would listen to.
I think these goths are organizing because we received a grainy video that looked like it was filmed in the back of a Hot Topic. And
in front of the T-shirt wall, you could see the sort of
and
your
it-
Rick and
Yeah,
Morty
not
shirts.
the back of a Hot Topic, but the back of
The
of an open
show
Hot
reel.
Topic.
There was Invader Zim crap all over the
Yeah.
place.
Instead of that
Insufferable video.
anonymous mask, the sort of like masked
Guy
man with the
Fawkes
mustache.
mask.
Yes, it was just a Gwar mask. It was like the band Gwar, and
Yeah.
it was like, "We're coming for you."
Say goodbye to your bottomless piggy bank.
All signs point to that.
I mean, they admitted
It seems very obvious.
Yeah.
And did they beheaded? They beheaded a little doll of that guy from the horror movie that rides around on the tricycle.
Oh, Jigsaw.
They beheaded Jigsaw, and they said, "You're next."
Yeah, they beheaded a little jigsaw doll and said, "You're next."
So
Well, I don't know about a piggy bank, but I do know we get a lot more goth traffic on Tuesday morning, so
Okay.
maybe you can corner them.
Well, let's say
That's good
to know.
a little advice for you, Cody. Maybe don't be driving the bus next Tuesday. 'Cause
Yeah.
it could be
All
hit
right.
with a bomb.
Fine, I'll dress up like an 18-year-old and I'll fuck a bunch of those kids on Tuesday.
No,
and
you know
I'll
what?
get some
I will.
info.
I will. I'll do it.
We'll see.
I wish we could trust you to be a James Bond-ass character, but you've never even shown your dick in public.
I mean, if there's anyone I would buy as someone who is maybe having sex like a teenager, it would be you, Howard.
That's honestly true. You won't. You'll be nervous. You'll be scared. That's what, honestly, it might be perfect.
This guy's way too shaky
This is
and
the perfect
inexperienced
sting.
to be lying.
Well,
This
my,
is the perfect sting, Howard.
my only rule is that
You're useful again.
you got to bring your own diaphragm.
Okay.
And that's my rule for my voice and movement classes also.
All right. Well, guys, we're just about out of time for today. Want to thank Cody Cleghorn for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you, Cody.
Keep doing what you do. Keep keeping an eye on those kids on
We
their way
hope
home.
you pull through.
Yeah, and we know you will.
A lot of our guests have died this season.
Everybody seems to die. This almost seems like a curse appearing on this show.
But anyway, thanks everybody for listening as always, and tune in next time. But until then, stay flippy.
Class is out and the coffee's on. I got a couple things on my chest I got to get off. Cut me some slack and pour me a cup of that joy. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge. Let's wrap it up and hit the road.